Hi, everybody. We are here with Gray.
Hi, how's it going?
Are you asking them or me?
Collectively.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing fine.
How's it going, Steve Johnson?
Specifically, Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson, #1 fan of David's stuff.
I know someone with the last name Johnson that I think married a Steve Johnson.
Wow.
So she didn't change her last name at all when she got married. I mean, not that a woman has to these days anyway.
Of course.
We are drinking Bitburger beer.
Bitburger.
Apparently, it says on the box, German's #1 beer.
Well, that's the Germans.
Yeah, do you think it's actually German's #1 beer?
We already cracked them open, but I haven't poured mine here, so I'll...
Yes, we're drinking out of glasses because we are fancy bitches today.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Cool.
It sounded yummy. So we got the Bitburger beer, and the Bitburger Pilsner. We'll be drinking probably both of them today.
I sure hope so. And we're not entirely convinced that they're different.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It might be the same thing. And they are both 4.8% ABV.
Is there any etiquette, or can I just take a sip?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Apparently, we established this season, there is a rule that anytime a guest finishes their beer before me, I have to chug mine down and start a new one.
Okay, well, that's pretty low stakes rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I mean, I would love to come up with more. Maybe some drinking games. But,
I'd love to return if you have a cool format.
like, if anyone's listening and they're drinking beer with us, which would be great. How about every time someone burps, you got to take a drink. And
Wow.
I'm stealing that straight from Three Sheets, the best beer drinking show ever made. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
Oh, my God. You can find it on YouTube. Zane Lamprey, he would go spend 2 or 3 days at a place. First day there, he would go check out the local nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
He would, do the local stuff. Next morning, get the local hangover cure. And then go visit like a local brewery. Like one time he was in Germany, went to see the Jägermeister factory. Apparently, I learned in that episode that every bottle of Jaeger has 101 ingredients and is aged a year and a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Like one time he went to Newcastle, et cetera, et cetera. So it was a fun show. And then they had a lot of drinking game shit with it.
Cool. Let's talk about this beer. It's pretty good. I mean,
I'm enjoying it. It's the one we had last time was also a German beer, but it was a Weiss.
Yeah.
And it had like that nutty banana flavor. This one is just straight up beer.
I'm glad we had to reschedule because I don't like banana flavor at all. So this is a Pilsner, right?
I think this one didn't say Pilsner. The cans do, and we'll get to them soon.
Yeah. It's like a much better Budweiser.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. This is Mexican food to Budweiser's Taco Bell.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
So you just started a new podcast recently.
Yeah, it's called Bad Movies, Worst Musicals. The conceit of it is basically we watch bad movies or movies we find to be bad, but we really.
You say bad, but the first movie you watched was Deep Blue Sea, and that movie's amazing.
Oh, it's amazing, but it's not a.
It's the
it's
first.
not a air quotes a good.
It's the first
movie.
horror movie where the black guy lived.
I mean, after we did the episode, especially during Black History Month, I feel so bad.
You know what I'm doing for Black History Month?
Drinking beer?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't think that's my lane.
Yeah, I didn't mean to steer in a way that sounded derogatory by any means.
No, not at all. But LL Cool J was awesome with that. I didn't like the fucking parrot though.
The parrot. It's funny about that because they had used two different birds because one was like good at just hanging out and the other one was good at flying.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think they do that a lot with animals.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hear a good animal fact?
Sure.
Have you ever seen the movie Milo and Otis?
What?
Milo and Otis?
Okay.
You know, with the puppy and the kitty, and they have that big long travel.
I've seen the what would you call it? Title card thing, the banner on any social media.
Sure.
Or not social media. Streaming platform.
Fun fact: a lot of animals died in that movie. For example, when the dog fought the bear, This was made in China, and they had a real dog and a real bear. A lot of dogs died. Children's movies. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That's
It's
terrible.
way worse than Bambi.
Oh, man.
Well, there you go. There's my animal fact for you.
That's excellent.
Movies.
Wow. But yeah, so generally we part one is independent of the actual content of the podcast. We'll I'm gesticulating a lot, but I don't need to be because it's an audio format. Independent of the content of the podcast, we'll watch the movie, and then after that, I'll go and write a script to make a short, like approximately 5-scene parody musical, and then during the actual recording session, we'll do improvised songs. My girlfriend Heidi is the co-host, and she's a great singer, music teacher, and improviser. So that's her contribution, and then I just write some varyingly good scripts.
And it's just you two on it? Because I know you have a bunch of people come over, hang out, watch the movies with you. Is that just for research purposes?
Well, yeah, we usually have people come over just to enjoy it, and I feel like with quote unquote bad, because a bad movie is only as bad as you perceive it to be, or whatever. We genuinely get a lot of joy out of these kinds of movies, but having more people around is definitely adds to the fun factor of it. We just watched Batman and Robin last week, and yeah, it's fun to make fun of things, and when there's more people, though,
Isn't that the one with bat nipples?
oh yeah, bat nipples and the cold puns and all that. But when there's more people around to bounce off ideas and we'll make observations, and it's kind of a good way to get a feel for what things people find particularly funny about the film or particularly bad and all that. So that's mostly, the people coming over is just to socialize and then, make the whole experience a little bit more fun. And then Heidi and I are always there. The first 3 episodes, it was just us, and we just did 2 more recorded this last week. One of them just dropped. It was for Frankenstein Island, which, wow, what a film. Is pretty
I've
terrible.
never even heard of it.
I'll tell you about it.
Pretty terrible, huh?
Oh, I had to watch it about 5 times because I couldn't figure out what was going on, and there wasn't a full description on Wikipedia for the plot.
Was it in English?
Yeah. It was. Wow. Yeah, it was a conundrum. It was just one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it was so amazing. I think it's like a 2.0 out of 10 on IMDb. It's pretty great.
Made in 1981, huh?
Yeah. It's just it's a mess. Thank you for pulling up. Yeah. It's hardly any notable actors or performers. The writer is the director and did the score under a pseudonym.
What happened? I don't even understand how a Frankenstein Island could happen. Is it like after a Frankenstein is built, he gets chased off and he walks underwater to an island somewhere?
It's a little bit. You're giving it too much conceptual pre-thought. It's just it's a terrible ride.
Oh, a hot air balloon crashes.
Yeah,
that's how they get there.
Well, that's how our heroes get there. But the Frankenstein, the Frankenstein's monster is just been lying dormant for like 200 years, and Dr. Frankenstein's great granddaughter is still there on the island with her 200-year-old husband, who was
Who's a freaking Frankenstein?
No, who was the assistant, but not Igor, to Dr. Frankenstein. And there are zombies that look kind of
Cloris Leachman?
No.
No.
The young Frankenstein's so much better in every way.
It's Frankenstein.
Cloris
Leachman, by the way, is still kicking.
And
still working.
Good for her.
Yeah. Everyone gives Betty White all this credit, but Cloris Leachman, too. She was in one of my favorite comedies of all time, Beer Fest.
Oh, Beer Fest. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. We used to drink...
That's topical.
Ram's piss. Oh, it's probably just the piss of a ram. Because if you could drink that, you could drink anything. Beer Fest is one of my favorite movies. This is good beer. I really do like it. I am going to go after this can next.
Yeah, I'll probably be right there with you.
All right, so we got Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea, that was episode 1. I don't know.
Frankenstein's Island, which I'm seeing a water theme here.
Yeah,
By the way, if you say Waterworld is a bad movie,
I haven't seen Waterworld.
it's so good. You should still do it. It's way out there conceptually.
Okay. I've heard people don't like it, but that doesn't always stop me.
Those people, dumb.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, that doesn't always stop me.
It's like the same kind of person who doesn't like Mortal Kombat.
The movie?
Yeah, the first one, not the second one. The first one.
I don't think I've seen that either, but
You should also do a musical on that.
Okay.
Yeah, you should put that directly on the list. I got in a fight with the co-host of my other podcast, Rebranding, Emily, and she had watched it recently, and she was saying how bad it was, and I, we almost fought. I didn't make her do a push-up in the middle of the podcast, though, and she did a crappy one, so I made her do 3. She's like, I work out. Nah.
You're like, well, not the right way, I guess.
Yeah, it was a bad push-up.
I'll own up to that. I don't work out, but that's fine.
Yeah. You don't have to. Just don't claim you do when you can't do 3 push-ups.
That's fine, yeah. I do have to lift for my job, and I have a big, chunky baby, so that gives me enough of an upper body workout. But
Das chunk.
Yeah. So I was in the Dutch Brothers drive-through this morning, and the barista saw he was in the back seat, and she just saw his toes, and she's like, "Oh, what is he, like 6 months?" I was like, "Are we looking at the same baby?"
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, especially if they don't have one in their lives, they don't know.
Yeah. Well, she said she just had one like two. She said 2 or 3 months. Like, how do you not know about your own kid?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in the
just
middle
lying.
of work. She also shouldn't be back to work so soon.
Good point, but
Yeah. America.
it's hard not
America.
making a lot of money.
I had a weird discussion the other day. You know what? I don't want to get into it.
Okay,
It's
well-
just about the decline of birth rates in wealthier countries.
Okay. I mean that certainly scratches my anthropology degree age. That
Sure. Okay.
hasn't-
Well, I'll just
hasn't
do
made
the
any
quick
use.
version.
Okay.
She had said that she thinks it's because the decline in birth rates with millennials is because they can't afford nothing. And I said, nah. I mean, it could be a factor, but
Yeah.
also, nah. There's also a lot of people who want to stay more active and youthful and want to live that life and have the ability to and stay social, and they don't have have to stop life and have kids. And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, okay, well, look at, Norwegia, where they have a lot of healthcare. And, you know what I mean, Scandinavian, Norwegian countries, where they have they have a lot of healthcare. They have a lot of parental rights, parental, what do you call it?
Social programs.
Nope. I'm thinking about paid leave.
Paid leave.
And if you have a baby, I forget which one of those countries it is. It might have been Denmark, but they're like, here's this new parent bundle we're going to give you, and their birth rates are declining. So it's like, I don't think it's just we don't have money. And that's it. That was the whole discussion. We kind of stopped there.
Well, that'd be certainly.
By the way,
to look into
the first one, the one that I said, I think it is where people just kind of want to have. They don't want to tie themselves to a family life and not do the rest of it, as previous generations did. She called it the man-child syndrome. I didn't agree with that terminology and felt personally attacked.
Well, you've got a kid, right?
I do. I wouldn't say she was planned.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I do. She just turned 6.
Congratulations.
Good little kid. Should we just finish these off and crack into these beers?
I suppose so.
All right. Damn, that's smooth.
Yeah. Fun fact about me: I have a deviated septum, so I can't chug.
I can't chug either. It has nothing to do with the deviated septum. I have a super gag reflex. I almost throw up often in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth.
Oh. Do you get like way back there with the toothbrush?
Nope.
Oh.
Just really sensitive. Or if I have phlegm on the back of the tongue, how you try to that up in the morning. No?
Yeah.
Just me? Okay.
Actually, I this isn't something I would have actively observed, but that did happen to me for quite a long time, and then it hasn't in a long time. So I don't know.
It's usually when I'm maybe slightly sick and dehydrated, which I'm
Okay.
often dehydrated in the morning.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hear that?
Hear the thunder. All right, this is what a can sounds like when you open it.
Nice.
Stock sound effect.
That was like a 3-part.
We're not actually even drinking beer. We're just sitting here.
I do have the ability to put sound effects on my podcast now. I haven't, but I'm gonna. It's gonna be horrible.
I did a quality survey for my 2 listeners to see if certain aspects about what they wanted, and the thing that everyone agreed on was that they wanted sound effects put in. So I just went full on this most recent episode. Instead of having lightly underscored theme music or anything, I just had really zany, terrible sound effects. And I'm like, this is what you asked for.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
I had the Wilhelm scream and
But how many times?
just once.
Well, that's a bummer. That's a misuse of the Wilhelm scream.
I think
It should be in there at least 7 times.
I think sparingly is nice, especially in the span of a 15-minute thing.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
That's not how it's usually used. At least 7 times a movie.
Okay, I'll have to do. Excuse me. A future episode with an excess of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That might be good for next episode's coming out is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh! Hey, where does Dorian Gray shop at?
Hold on. Give me a second.
Forever 21.
It was right there in front of my nose. I was going way too in depth about it.
Dude, I love Dorian Gray jokes. They never get old.
God. I don't either, apparently.
And the guy who played him has the same last name as me. Townsend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so did the Meteor Man. Robert Townsend. No? Watch that movie. This is a movie in which a meteor strikes Earth and a couple people absorb it and become supermens.
Okay.
But they only have so much energy in their body, and when that's out, they run out. So there's a good guy, Robert Townsend.
Okay.
Then there's a bad guy who, I don't know who plays him, but he dresses like, he looks like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man.
This tastes slightly different. I don't know if it's because it's canned or...
I think it's a different beer. Still good.
Yeah, I like it a little bit more.
Yeah. I think it's got a bit of cream to it.
This one says Premium Pills
Yeah, it's a Pilsner.
mit Hallerteuer und Bitburger Siegelhopfen.
And then surprise guest appearance, homeless Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Meteor Man.
Meteor Man. Okay. Yeah.
You should definitely do it since it's Black History Month.
Yeah. I could.
It's a black film. It's Robert Townsend's black guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So is Bill Cosby.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
And the guy who looks like Wesley Snipes from I should look it up. I got IMDb right here. Why don't I look up who just was in Meteor Man besides Robert Townsend and Bill Cosby? How do you spell meteor? Nope, that's not it.
EOR.
Yep.
Meteor. 1993.
Oh, you know who else was in it with a really fake tattoo or fake not tattoo. Head hair.
Did you forget the word for it?
For hair, yes. I haven't had it in so long.
James Earl Jones?
Eddie Griffin's in it. Yeah, James Earl Jones is in it.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. Eddie Griffin's in it. James Earl Jones. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle plays the bad guy.
Yes.
Holy crap. I love Don Cheadle. Bill Cosby. Can you go wrong with Bill Cosby?
Sinbad's in there. Big Daddy Kane's in there.
Big Daddy Kane. Sup, Kane?
I was going to say I only know about Big Daddy Kane because of Tom Segura.
Yeah, that's funny. Stop Kane. Yes,
Man,
Meteor Man. You should really watch that. You know, there's some good movies from the early '90s that are bad.
Good, bad,
Really bad.
Kind of the crux of what we do over at the show. So we did Deep Blue Sea. What was the second one? Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi meets a broken gorilla. It's probably my favorite one to date. And then, we did Frankenstein Island. And then the week after next, we're putting out League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And I
enjoyed that
answer
movie.
your question from like 15 minutes ago. We are planning to have guests on occasionally, just local talent, people that are able to sing and improvise songs. And
I can do neither of those things.
well, you could read characters if you felt like it.
I'm not a voice guy. If they sound just like me, I could do it.
All right.
Yeah.
This is John Johnson, a David Townsend type.
You ever see that bit on Family Guy where they were doing a talent show, and the guy who runs the 7-Eleven in Family Guy was like, "This is Bob from Bob's Burgers. Hi, I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. All right, this is Archer from Archer. Hi, I'm Archer from Archer." Which, by the way, I didn't realize the new season of Archer had come out, and I started it today. I love that show.
Of course, oh man, that's a great setup for that's a good idea.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
It's like it's just so on the nose. You're like, oh, we got the voice actor, might as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like Family Guy does some dumb shit, but there are some jokes that I don't think people get, and they're so fucking funny. Did you see the recent one with Peter Griffin and he's fighting Donald Trump?
I think I saw a clip from it, but I didn't see the full episode.
Okay, well, so, and I swear this, I don't know who this joke was for, but I caught it. It was Trump said, "Yeah, I'm hot on TV or whatever. I got all the Nielsen ratings," and Peter Griffin said, "Surely you can't be serious," and Trump said, "I am serious, and don't call me Leslie." Leslie Nielsen is the guy. Nielsen ratings.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen is the guy who says, "I am serious and don't call me Shirley
that's
from Airplane."
Right.
It's such a good joke. I don't know who it's for.
It's if I had known that the actor's name was Leslie Nielsen,
yeah.
it would have all come together.
One of the best spoof actors of all time.
Oh yeah,
when he was young, he looked exactly like Nathan Fillion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas.
Definitely do that movie. Okay. Definitely put that on the list. Okay, he was also Mr. Magoo.
Okay.
Naked Gun.
Okay.
Naked Gun 2.5.
Okay.
Naked Gun 33 1/3. You know who was co-star in that movie? O.J. Simpson.
Wow.
I think in 1 and 2. Not sure about the 3rd.
I'm going to assume that was earlier on in his...
It was... No, I mean, earlier on what? Do you know what O.J. did originally?
Oh, he played golf?
No, he played a lot later. He was a football player. He was a star football player. Wow. One of the best running backs of all time.
I know about O.J. Simpson.
I don't think you do.
Kind of.
Yeah, you heard it.
I knew he played football, but I don't follow sports actively. So
you just know that he has a very big head, and he's the father of Khloe Kardashian.
Is that true?
That's probably true. That is allegedly true.
Okay.
And no, I don't think they've ever done a DNA test. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about anything. We did do an episode on the other podcast about celebrity smut, and I'm very bad at celebrity smut, but I do enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Like this recent thing I'm hearing about that I don't get regular TV, and I don't follow specifically celebrity news, but the dude who just got faked getting beat up.
Oh, Jesse Smollett.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. That is, I think, Hollywood's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of people get into it. You know what I mean?
People.
What a crazy guy. You know he's 36 years old and was in the Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks 2.
And apparently calls himself the gay Tupac.
Wow.
So that was a whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, it's weird. Does that guy have a career anymore? Is he done forever?
He probably, yeah. I mean, I haven't followed up on too much of the news, but, I think pretty much no one's on his side, so.
Well, you can't. You're really shitting on real tragedy.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
For your own personal gain.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know if my
I especially wouldn't pay the people with a personal check. They had the check.
I didn't hear that part. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the two. By the way, why didn't he hire white guys?
On the subject line, it says "to beat me up."
Yes, yes, exactly. It's like if he's gonna say, "Hey, these white guys beat me up," and blah blah. Why not hire white guys to beat you up, and not a couple of Nigerians?
So
he didn't think it through.
Was the hate crime about him being gay then, or?
I think so. I know I think it was. I think they said the N-word and the fag word, but I don't. But they also said, I think the point was, this is MAGA country. I don't know. He hit all the buzzwords.
That's so that just sounds really half baked, and especially because it wasn't his motivation to get more money, so he was able to spend.
He was either not getting paid enough or getting written off the Empire show. I don't know.
I don't know. I would have some talking points if we had that as a subject. But
I don't know.
But I'm just here.
I'm just, like I said, I'm not good at celebrity smut. I'm so not interested. It's just I've heard so much about it lately, and apparently he's not good at crime.
Well,
that's one thing you could say about
from
him.
your short description. I would agree with
good
you.
at crime.
So I don't know if it's just that my taste buds have gotten used to it, or just liking it more, or what. But I definitely the canned stuff.
I think it's slightly different.
Tastes better to me.
I think it's got a bit of cream to it.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna look at the bottle while we're here. Talk to me about stuff while I read some stuff.
Okay. Well, is it all in German?
No, it's multicultural. It's
okay.
On the side it says bier.
You mean it's bilingual?
It's
not the same as multicultural. I think it's got more than two. Does it? It's like IKEA instructions.
Bier.
It's like
Cerveza,
IKEA instructions.
Cerveja.
I know what that means. It means beer.
Yeah.
Oh. What are you looking for specifically? If it is in fact a different beer?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I think one is the regular beer.
Yeah, one says premium pills. That's the can, and the other one says premium beer. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think they're different. They're actually a little bit similar, but I think that the can has some cream to it.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about when were they established?
1817.
Holy crap!
That's
Can you imagine?
Forever ago.
Can you imagine?
Like the slogan says, "Bitte ein Bit." It's a please one, Bitburger.
Bitburger. The Bitburger method.
Bittenbinder.
You carry $50 in your pocket.
Did you?
You throw it and run.
You've watched Big Mouth, right?
Oh yeah,
it's great, right?
It really is.
Yeah,
Who's your favorite character on it? All of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all of them. Really, truly. Well, what's the one kid that gets all friendly with the pillows? It's probably my least favorite, but I don't dislike him.
Definitely Nick Kroll. Yeah, it's a Nick Kroll character.
Nick
Kroll does like 5 characters on there. He
does
does the
both.
gym teacher.
Yeah, I know that.
He does the raunchy kid. He does the nerdy kid, the main kid.
Yeah.
He does the the main kid's hormone monster.
Mm-hmm. And he does the
I think
ladybug.
I think he does the weird kid's hormone monster too.
Okay, yeah, probably. On the initial watch, I don't know if it's just the way the first episode was structured, or just because I like John Mulaney so much, but it felt like it was about John Mulaney's character. But then it made more
Some
sense.
episodes.
Then it made more sense that it was centered around Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch their special? Was it called Hello There?
Is that a
It's when they're dressed as old Jewish men.
no? Is that sounds pretty interesting?
So they were touring. It was on Broadway for a bit, I think. And they're touring this live show where they do some jokes and this and that, and then at some point in the middle, they'd bring a celebrity up, do some stuff, and I believe on their when they released it to Netflix, it was Steve Martin. I think.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
I'll have to look that up. I really obviously love John Mulaney. I mean, pretty much everyone I know does. So
yeah.
and then
I mean,
Nick
you're
Kroll's
welcome,
pretty-
everyone. I think that I pushed John Mulaney on a lot of people.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, he blew up over. I think both him and Tom Segura over the like me. When I first got out of the house and went to college, like there's a signal for how old I am. Both of them started like releasing content on Netflix, and they've like really blown up since. So it's just nice to see the comedy superstars come up in my young adulthood.
I love Tom Segura, but the thing with John Mulaney, he's one of those guys that after 12 years, he was an overnight success. Mm-hmm. Because before you had ever heard about him, he was writing on SNL.
Oh yeah,
like the Stefan character. Mm-hmm. He wrote that.
good.
And what's good about that is, I mean, the Stefan character, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know how he would break often?
Because he'd laugh at the lines.
But you know why?
Because
Because he had never seen them before.
that's great.
They would do some rehearsal stuff, but a lot of it was written the night of, and that's the first time he saw it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Some stuff was scripted, some of it wasn't. New York's hottest club is Kevin. It's my favorite one. It's the only one they use twice too.
That's great.
Yeah. And then recently, when Bill Hader hosted, John Mulaney came on as Stefan's attorney. Did you see that one?
No, it's
Yeah, and he was
So I'll have
dressed
to
in the.
see that episode.
Oh, it's really good.
I really like Bill Hader. Have you seen any of Barry?
Barry?
His show that he's on
No.
HBO.
I don't have access to HBO.
Okay. Well,
I feel like the only reason I would get HBO is to watch Game of Thrones. And I've already read the books. I don't know.
yeah. It's really good. It's more serious. It's got some comedy in it because it's written by a comedian, but or comedians. I don't know if he writes or if he has writing partners or what, but
Probably a bit of both.
yeah, probably. But it's really good. He plays like a hitman who doesn't want to be a hitman anymore. And he wants to be an actor,
Oh, weird.
and he has his character has like no sense about how to act, but he still really loves it. And
So it's like Gross Point Blank, but different.
I'm not familiar with that.
I don't know. Yeah, John Cusack plays a hitman, and I feel like he doesn't really want to be.
Okay. Yeah, but it's good. It's got Henry Winkler.
He's good.
And I forget.
One time he jumped a shark.
Oh,
One time.
one time, just once. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's a good show. So you somehow get the chance to watch it. It's
What's it called again?
Barry.
Barry. Okay.
Barry. It's pretty good. But yeah, I like Bill Hader. He's really smart.
Wrote on. You ever see that 7 Days to Air?
The South Park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was in the writer room on that.
Yeah, I remember that. He one of the episodes, I don't remember. It's distinctly him doing a voice, lending some
Yes.
voice talent, and
He
there
definitely has.
It's,
Probably more than you realize. He's
Yeah.
really good at voices.
oh, I imagine, yeah. He's good at everything. Bill Hader.
He's one of those guys I wish I would have just stayed on SNL. I mean, instead we get Keenan just staying on there. Keenan has been on SNL longer than anyone in the history of ever.
Even longer than what's his name?
Seth Meyers?
No, what's the
There's a lot of names.
Who's that one guy? The one on
You know, the
SNL?
one that does the character?
Recent guy.
Okay.
Was in the David Pumpkins as one of the skeletons.
Tom Hanks. No?
Why am I?
What else does he do? What are three other
Bobby-
things about him? Bobby Moynihan.
Bobby
Yes.
Moynihan, yeah.
Which I love Bobby Moynihan. He's one dude, drunk uncle. You can't. A lot of people shit on SNL like, it hasn't been funny, but it's always been funny.
It's just really like it's when you start watching it for the first time is when you
I disagree.
appreciate it.
I haven't stopped watching it.
Well,
I understand that there are better seasons than others.
yeah,
But it's been consistently good. Forever.
yeah.
I mean, if you go back and watch some of the original ones, like the Belushi era, everyone just thinks is the shit.
yeah,
It was. But also they had some stinkers.
of course. I mean, you can't have all winners. It's just
Yeah.
if you're doing sketch comedy in particular too, you only have so many ideas from so many writers at once. And
My favorite skit of all time is when Nasim Pedrad, who she is a cutie pie, plays a little boy, and Bryan Cranston is her dad, and she just wants to paint a mural, and he's trying to make her tough. It's amazing.
I haven't
Have you
seen
seen?
this.
Oh yeah, he punches in the face several times.
What?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
because she's way small.
Okay, I'll have to see that.
Remind me, I'll play it for you as soon as we're done with this.
Okay, sounds good.
I should really have a notepad. And like, jot. Whenever I'm doing a podcast, I'm like, oh, I'll show you after this thing, and I forget half of them.
Yeah, well, it makes it harder too when you're putting beers back, but
Yeah,
yeah.
beers. These are good, man. I don't know. I really don't drink beer besides this podcast much anymore.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I'll go out and have a beer at a bar, but I don't like to buy them for home just because I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
My metabolism isn't what it used to be.
See, that's not it for me. I'm a fat fuck either way.
Oh, I'm too vain.
I'm vain too, but like for some reason, here's the problem. I got fat and girls still liked me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know why.
I guess that's a good point. Like, I was watching my kid today, and I was watching some classic heavy metal videos, and I was like, man, all
Like
these
what? By the way, when you say classic, and you're sitting in a room with me, please watch your tone for how old these are when you call them classics, because if it was since I was an adult, I'm going to be very sad.
I was watching Number of the Beast.
Okay. This is way old.
And
Yeah.
classics.
Classics.
And some Dio and stuff, and I was just like, man.
Push.
I was like,
No?
that one's funny.
With the D?
Yeah, I'll get back to that in a second. But I was like, man, most heavy metal singers are ugly.
Yeah. Well, that's because the era you're talking about,
Yeah.
there weren't a lot of videos. Like, videos weren't the main medium. If you notice, videos hit, glam bands took off.
Yeah, for sure.
Butt rock, slut rock took off.
Well, and it's different too. It's like the real classic heavy metal people were just like, we want to make cool counterculture music because we're,
They were fucking D&D nerds that wanted to talk about dragons.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And so I was like, kind of made an offhanded vain joke. I was like, oh, I get it now. I'll never be a successful heavy metal singer because I'm too pretty. Yeah.
When the real answer is, you'll never be a successful heavy metal singer is because you don't sing in a heavy metal band.
Well, yeah, and
that's
the genre's dying.
That's a big part of it.
I'm actually starting up some screaming lessons with a successful touring vocal teacher / singer. So
That's weird.
Yeah.
You shouldn't take lessons for that. You should just like go yell at your parents. I don't know.
No, I've tried to produce the sounds, but they always hurt, and I want to be able to do them correctly and not blow out my voice.
Oh yeah, you don't want to blow
like
out your voice.
like a Chester Bennington or so many singers have blown out their voices.
Nothing. I'm not making any jokes over here.
Yeah,
I'm not making any tasteless jokes.
possibly in poor taste. My choice of who, but he was another person I was watching.
Why is that in poor taste? You were just talking about his vocals.
Yeah. So, what were you gonna? Oh, Push. Yeah,
Push.
That's
what
so
a
fun.
silly video. He's like, Dio's making a comeback. No, he didn't. No, he's not. Even if the D is trying, it's just not going to happen.
Well, it starts out with that like parody of Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath, where they're busking on the street and singing about weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes, "I want you to sing, but I want you to sing Tenacious D," and then he just sings a song without Tenacious D.
Yeah.
It's a bad format for a video.
Who's your favorite metal singer of all time?
It shifts around. When I was really into Dio, it was Dio, but probably I'm on Phil Anselmo right now. I think he's not in his current iteration of work very great. He's better at being intimidating and scary than I am by all means when I sing, but his Pantera years were incredible.
Cool. That's an interesting answer. If you would listen to the intro music to this podcast, you'll know who mine is, and his name is Phil Anselmo.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, the podcast starts with the opening from
I'm Broken?
I'm Broken.
Yeah. Cool.
Good times.
I think my favorite Pantera song,
Drag the Waters is mine.
I like Cemetery Gates the most, but my favorite one to do when they have it for karaoke is Becoming.
Yeah?
Because it's a nice short ride and it's very intense. And Cemetery Gates, I feel bad like making people watch me stare at the ground while the guitar plays.
I know a guy who, we talked about him last podcast, Law, and he would frequently like to play, was it War Pigs, for the break in the middle, and just hang out. It was like 24, measure break, instrumental, right in the middle.
Oh, I did. At Chopsticks 3 before it closed down, we would go there on like a Tuesday night, and it would just be like me and my girlfriend Heidi, and we would just like be the only singers. So I did like Master of Puppets, and that has like 3 minutes of singing and like 5.5 minutes of instrumentals. So
my favorite karaoke experience I ever saw was so Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know of a little band called DVDA?
The South Park band?
I mean, that's one way to call them. That's a little disrespectful. But they do a song called Now You're a Man. Mm-hmm. And that song was actually written to the beat of Eye of the Tiger. So the guy put it in for Eye of the Tiger, but then sung Now You're a Man over the top of it. And it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know what DVDA stands for?
Yes.
What is it?
Double vaginal, double anal.
Yeah, it's the only reason I'm still in the business. Have you ever seen Orgasmo? You need to see Orgasmo.
List, yeah.
Orgasmo is about a Mormon who does it, and he doesn't cuss through the whole movie, entering into the porn industry.
Wow.
And just so he can make money and only because he can kung fu fight, and just to make money to marry his girl in the temple. And he wouldn't do any of the sex scenes, but they got him for the acting. And so frequently, right in the middle of it, you'd hear them yell out, "Stunt cock!" It was really good.
That's excellent. I can't imagine that you could get into porn just on the acting part in real life. That would just not.
I mean, if you got a good enough editor.
I guess so. Stunt cock.
Ron Jeremy's in the movie. Jizzmaster 0.
Okay, I definitely need to see this.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And through the whole movie, he plays such a good little Mormon, and he doesn't.
Nice.
And then at one point, she catches him because the movie is so popular that they're playing it in the middle of a blockbuster. And she's like, "Oh, is that you?" He's like, "Oh, no. They got somebody else to do the scenes." "Oh, they CGI'd you kissing this girl." Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's a really.
I'll have to watch that.
It's very well done.
I've been watching a lot of like actual just like porn movies, like classic ones, just because the scenes are really fun to watch, like the acting scenes. And I mean, obviously the content's good or whatever too.
Like what?
We got Pirates 2: Stagnady's Revenge.
Yeah. I've seen the first one, not the second one.
The second one's much better.
I would say, and I would disagree with something you said online. You said that Pirates is a parody of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I would say no. I would say it's got a similar feel and content, but not the same storyline at all.
It's a loose parody. The second one is a more direct parody,
Probably,
to some extent, of At World's End. It's got like the maelstrom, sinkhole. Whirlpool.
Like in World of Warcraft. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And then the first movie was so popular that they sold it as a not porno.
Yeah. That's available at the video store up the street from my house.
Yeah, they dumped a shit fuck ton of money into that movie, and I really believe they got it out. How much money? Okay, we'll look it up. How much money do you think that made at the end of the day?
I don't know about made. I know the budget for the first one was $1 million, and the second.
Is that it?
Yeah, second one was $8 million.
They did a lot with $1 million.
Yeah,
dude. Mainstream movies can learn something.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed out. There was this one scene in the second Pirates one, which they had one of the actresses who was just absolutely, you could tell like her body language and the particular choices she made. She was absolutely not willing to interact with this other woman at all in this.
That sucks.
This three-way situation. And I mean,
just made it weird. Just get a new actress.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you have an $8 million budget, you can probably afford to get someone who's willing to go in on that. Which, I mean, obviously, some people aren't attracted to women. That's fine. But I mean, just saying, like,
I bet you it wasn't that. I bet you it was behind the scenes cattiness.
Okay, that could be it. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if there was any information about it. Maybe there's special features on the DVD. I don't know. But Evan Stone's funny. He's like a Nathan Fillion, Will Shatner hybrid.
Evan Stone?
Yeah.
He creeps me out. He really creeps me out.
What particularly creeps you out about him?
I've seen him just be so disrespectful in interviews and shit. One guy was filming the AVNs, right? And he was catching people as they come off the stage. And
that's what they do with the AVNs? They come off the stage?
Giggity. They come on the stage. Then they go off the stage. But he was exiting, and where everyone else was getting an interview, oh, cool, you on this, blah, blah. And he wouldn't do the interview if he wasn't getting paid. It was so creepy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like, you're part of this. Either be part of it or don't. And then another one, which this kind of shit happens all the time. But I don't know, it really bothered me. It was there's an interview with this other actress, and while she was in the middle of the interview, he came out and whipped his dick out and threw it in her face and started fucking her and whatever. And it's like, oh, no. We're doing an interview here. I get it. You're being funny. This is part of like the culture. But also, you're ruining the interviewer. You're ruining the interviewer's time.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But he was such a cock about it, no pun intended.
All right.
Anyway, I can't find how much made. I see the budget. This budget with the second one was $8 million, even though it definitely didn't make as much money, right?
I really have no idea, but I do think it's better, and it was much easier to obtain. I couldn't get the first one on like physical media,
really,
for under $90.
Really?
Yeah, and the second one I got it for like 17. So
that's crazy, because it used to be everywhere. I wonder what happened.
I don't know. Maybe people are just holding on to them.
Let's just say it made $117 million.
$117
allegedly.
Million? Wow.
Allegedly. I have no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a fun kick just like watching them because they're really funny for the acting and
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Porn's pretty much everyone watches porn now, so it's not like a weird topic to talk about. But like, porn films are fun because it's like a narrative and it's like structured and they have like a real agenda.
I think everyone watches porns, but not on the internet.
Yeah, but
not porno movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Right. Yeah. I haven't seen very many, but one that so back in the day, and I've never seen this, was The Devil and Miss Jones, and that was a real like film. And then, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, they made the new Devils and Mrs. Jones. And I watched it, I was like, this is conceptually a very interesting movie.
Okay, what's it about? The Devil and Mrs. Jones?
It's like this gal dies, and she gets to live one last day. And It can be whatever she wants, and it's pretty debaucherous,
Interesting.
I think. But it had to do with dying and then living out fantasies before you go to hell or something. It was weird and it's not gross.
It was like kind of a porn version of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, but even the porn in it was the second part of the movie. That, I guess that's why it was interesting. The porn was the second, was number 2 or number 3 on the list.
They didn't
of things to do.
Intersplice. They just like was it?
It was a story first.
Okay, interesting.
Which it was cool.
I haven't seen it. I looked for it for a minute and then really didn't pursue it. But there was bigger budget. It wasn't like a strict porn movie, but it was. I think at least you could classify it as softcore. It was Caligula. Have you heard about it?
Oh no, that was definitely porn. There was definitely penetration in that movie.
Okay,
that was like the last one to win an award in like mainstream.
Interesting. But yeah, I think Helen Mirren's in it, and
yeah, because it was a real movie that had sex in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
never seen it.
Might be worth watching.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I don't know. Old porn really I'm not into. If it's not at least HD, it's weird to me. Unless it's on a cell phone, of course, and then it's even better for no reason.
Like there's a graph of it has a dip in the middle. Like.
Yeah. The uncanny valley,
yeah.
Except for with porn. No, I'm sure the uncanny valley has everything to do with porn. How can we sell more porn? Don't make it too realistic. Dude, I see these ads for porn video games all the time. Like, especially when they say, well, this is the first porn video game that's ever made. Nope.
Wrong.
Those have been around since the 90s.
Wrong.
But I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things that other people do. And I'm okay with it. It doesn't affect me or bother me at all. I don't get it though, but they have so many ads that they gotta be making money off of it.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and it always says free games. So what's your buy up on that one? Like if you play free game on Steam, well, you're gonna buy new outfits or whatever things that, or gold for the game or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the buy up on the porn games? I don't know.
I'd be intrigued to find out.
Does your character have a bigger fucking dong or what? I don't know. But there's definitely an industry there.
You start out with the base model dong.
Like,
this isn't nearly big enough.
You start off with the base of the dong.
How much does it cost for a bigger one? $6? Sure, whatever.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's 100% a market for it out there.
For sure.
Which, the porn industry, what it used to be is dying because of the internet. It's also they're finding new ways to use the internet to make money. It's a weird thing. The internet has destroyed and built a lot of entertainment industries.
Yeah.
Non-entertainment industries.
Industries in general, too.
Yeah. It's an interesting time we're living in.
Sears over at the Clackamas Town Center was there for years, and now it's shut down. And
you know what's crazy about that is Sears, and they just left the Vancouver Mall as well.
Oh, wow.
They were the only one to own the actual building. So I don't know if they're leasing now and still just making money off the lease.
I don't know.
Or they sold the property as well, but it's really weird. Sears is gone.
Sears.
I got the biggest foam burp just sitting in my throat right now. So what other porns do you like?
What other porns do I like?
Could you, off the top of your head, name 10 porn stars?
Okay, we got Evan Stone already. Jenna Jameson.
Can we go more current, or are we doing all time?
You just said 10 porn stars.
Okay.
I couldn't.
She's made so much more money off producing.
I haven't followed. I don't like actively watch. I mean, it's really just been kind of a splash into. It's not like I'm hooked on watching all these porn films. But like,
do you have a favorite
porn star or porn film?
Is it Evan Stone?
I mean, just for the acting, I think he's pretty.
It's for his hair, isn't it? His Fabio hair.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
I am a little jealous. Even when he cut it short, it fucking looks great. What a jerk.
Damn him for being attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. don't have a good answer for you.
I don't know. I don't know. Porn's weird. I know people that have been or are currently in porn. That's always an interesting thing. Because it's like, you don't want to look at their videos because you know them, but you also really want to look at their videos because you know them.
Right. It's interesting continuum.
I'll look, but I won't whack off. I'm respectful like that.
I admire your art.
It is, though. It can be. It definitely can be because, and here's how you know it can be. Because there's people who are really bad at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You get 100 singers together that are good singers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are going to be bad relatively, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a definite art to porn. Why are we talking about porn so much? Let's talk about musicals.
Okay, porn musicals.
Porn musicals.
Top 5 porn musicals.
I bet you there are some. Why wouldn't there be?
Hey, let's look it
That
up.
is an untapped market.
It's probably.
I have a business idea for you.
I bet it's a tapped market that just doesn't do very well because I don't think the crossover between porn and musicals is quite.
Not with that attitude.
We need to.
I bet you can make it work.
Maybe just need to put the right ethos behind
Bro,
it.
I got cameras. Let's make this work. Let me pour into the mic again.
Oh, wow.
Oh, doesn't that sound like good beer?
Well, I guess I'll have to follow behind. I don't know if
Oh, you don't have to drink anymore if you don't want to.
I'm gonna.
Okay, you can drink as much or as little as you want. No pressure here.
I'm gonna have another one of the bottles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We, last week we were here, we had I want to say it was 5.4%, and I hadn't eaten that day, and that third beer got me fucked up. It was great.
I've been on to. There are a couple of beers that when I do actually, decide to drink beer, I will buy. I like the Lagunitas has a.
I almost bought for you Lagunitas, the berry shandy.
Oh, yum. I haven't had that.
Apparently it's seasonal.
That's different than the Widmer?
Widmer? Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, there's the Lagunitas Imperial Stout. I think it's just one of their ones that they have unseasonally just all the time. It's like 9.7 ABV, and it comes in a 22.
It'll fuck you up.
Yeah. It does.
Jesus. Like you get like a Mike's Hard, whatever flavor.
Yeah.
The harder, the ones in the cans, the tall cans, and they're 8%.
Yeah.
So 9.7 will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And if you could get it to taste good, oh doggy,
it's good. Yeah.
Oof,
It's for me at least. I like
dangerous.
stouts, but I don't know about you.
I almost buy you a stout.
I like the light, like the pilsners and the wheats, and then I also like the really dark stuff. But I hate IPAs.
I don't like IPAs. I'll drink them on this show only, and only if someone specifically requested it. I had a show last season with Ross Elliott, and he requested IPAs, so we did it. And I got a citrusy one, and I drank it. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everything's the best thing in the world.
That's fair. I understand that
sometimes Frankenstein has an island,
Frankenstein Island. Oh boy. That episode was fun to do. I just took it upon myself to throw in as many pop culture references as possible. So there's like Toby from The Office as a character, Ian Gillan from Deep Purple's a character, Frankenfurter's on there, Hedwig.
Frankenfurter-Steen. My wife has been watching The Office recently. She started from the beginning. It's kind of her like, nothing else is going on, nothing else to watch, put that on.
Right.
I fucking hate it so much. Oh my god, I hate it so much.
Just the Office in general you don't like?
Yeah, I hate everything about it.
Okay. I'm not
just obnoxious and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I do enjoy it, but I'm not like
Parks and Recs was good.
Oh yeah, I love
because they were nice and funny.
Yeah, for sure.
And The Office is not funny; it's just mean.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever see Meet the Parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wasn't with people, I would have walked out on that because of the same reason. There was nothing good about it. It just made you feel uncomfortable the whole time.
That's fair. Yeah, I hate when the entertainment value of a medium is just like making you have that kind of
Yeah.
uncomfortable, like tense feeling in your stomach, where you're just like, I know something that the audience doesn't know, or what's that dramatic irony? It's not my favorite form of entertainment.
Ben Stiller comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that like he makes a few movies like that, but on the other hand, he'll make Mystery Men. That's another one you should do.
No, I love Mystery Men. I have it on VHS.
I love it too, but that sort of 90s era, you should do all of those because they are ripe for the plucking. Because while they're so funny and entertaining, are they good?
No.
The Blue Roja.
I absolutely love Mystery Men and so many, and yeah, I mean, it's just.
Do you remember Janine Garofalo when she was like on top of the game?
Yeah.
That's how you spell her last name, Garofalo.
I mean, that's just kind of the whole conceit of the podcast, is that something doesn't have to be good to be enjoyable.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, how many of the Oscars movies of the year do you like?
I have to be honest with you. When I heard the lineup for the Oscars this year, I was like, this year in particular was the year I had not heard of 80% of them. Just because I don't go out to the movies, I don't follow movie culture.
Yeah. That's usually the thing, is I haven't heard of them. But I'll tell you what, I don't care if it's because of identity politics.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Panther won 3 awards this year. So fuck yeah, comic book movies.
Yeah. Oh, Black Panther, I liked it a lot.
I just wish it wasn't so much thrust down that like, this is a black movie. No, this is a good movie.
Yeah.
Don't try to pigeonhole it in one thing. This will hold up against anything in any time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I thought it was good, and I liked the production elements of it that were kind of, related to the film, but not actually so.
Well, I think the Marvel Studios has got it on lockdown at this point.
Yeah.
All of them are so good these days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that they had like all the costuming and some of the, the ratio of black actors and everything, is all of that, like the components that went into the movie that were independent of the plot were really great for the being progressive and groundbreaking. But then when you take the movie,
I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Then like when you take the movie, just strip it bare, like what happens
fucking great
in the movie. It's great. I agree
Dude,
with you.
Michael B. Jordan fucking killed it.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Oh my god, he's my favorite character in the whole movie.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
the whole bait and switch with the villain and the.
I was really bummed out though that he didn't get to do one thing. Just let him get back at Whitey once. Let him blow up one white city. Just one white city.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do we need Cleveland for anyway?
Look, I
think Cleveland has a lot of black people in it, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're thinking of nope.
Portland.
Nope. Nope. Canada. You're thinking of Canada.
The city of Canada.
No, but like, he had this whole movement. It's like, look, our people have been treated, blah, blah. Regardless of how much I agree with him or not. Let him blow up one fucking thing. Let him do one thing.
Give him something.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He was very passionate about his cause.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the means to do it. Just one big thing. One big thing.
Yeah.
They let other motherfucker blow up a whole fucking Russian city. That's what he did. He didn't go after Russia.
Yeah, he didn't. They let Thanos blow up half of the universe.
No, he didn't. He put him in the Soul Stone.
Oh yeah.
They still exist. Don't worry. They didn't die.
Figured.
Yeah, they're fine.
Boo.
And,
no emotional stakes. There are no emotional stakes anymore.
Definitely emotional stakes, because if he wanted to, they would be there forever and just die there.
Boo.
Thanos is my favorite character of all time in comic books.
Okay, so...
And I'm really bummed out that they made his motivation like, conservation and... No. Nope. In the comic books, that is not why he killed half of the universe. He did it to impress his girlfriend, Death.
I was going to ask you to launch into about Thanos, and then you did, so continue, please.
Yes, Thanos, the best character of all time, who currently has recently been murdered in the comic books by what's her face?
Jean Grey.
Nope, green bitch.
Green bitch.
His daughter, the one he throws off the cliff.
Jumanji.
Dude, Zoe
Deschanel.
Nope.
Hold on, let's
why am I blanking so hard?
Let's reimagine Avengers Infinity War with Zoe Deschanel as Gamora. Yeah,
I got it.
We both came to it at the same time.
Yeah, it would be horrible, and I would hate it so much.
Hey,
She's
Dad.
a really good Gamora.
Hey, Dad.
Just playing the ukulele. But yeah, she chops his head off in the comic books, and then she gets all the Infinity Stones, and then she chops the universe in half. But here's how she does it.
Wow.
She takes every person and mashes them up with another person. And so there's this short series called Infinity Warps, where you have characters like Wolverine and the White Witch.
So they're like shipped?
So he was Wolverine, but he could also turn into diamonds.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
read minds. Yes. And there was a bunch of them, and they were all fucking amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it really was.
Wow.
It was a good concept, and it was fun. Because it was... I think they have an ongoing series now where they're trying to get back somewhere. I don't know. But it's a great concept because it lets the creators get to play around with shit that, like... Well, you'll never have fucking... what's another one? The Captain America spliced with some magic guy. It might have been Doctor Strange, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a good mashup.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of others, you know. They're fun.
I was on an X-Men kick a while back. I don't remember what specifically. I just like X-Men, but the lore is so deep, and there's so many mutants and ideas in there that I feel will never hit the big screen because they're too outlandish and too huge in scale that we won't be able to adequately capture them.
It was Captain America and Doctor Strange's name was Soldier Supreme.
Okay, that sounds just okay. If I'm going to give my
It was kind of cool.
personal, what were some other ones?
Continue with your thought, and I'll look it up.
Yeah, well, because there's like, what's his name? Richard Franklin?
Yes.
Who's like a reality warping thing, and that's just hard to do. Like, even with Thanos and
Franklin Richards?
Franklin Richards.
Reed Richards' son?
Yeah, that guy. Sorry, the beer's beer. Franklin Richards and some of the cosmic entities that are in the Fantastic Four and X-Men kind of crossover stuff, that it would just be so hard to... I mean, in the Silver Surfer movie, they had Galactus as... I'm probably getting names wrong. I'm like a really cursory comic book fan, but they had him as like just this big cloud instead of the guy with the purple hat. And the guy with the purple hat really reduces Galactus.
That thing, yeah. Devourer of Worlds.
Yeah, purple hat guy. He losing my train of thought here. But yeah, I mean, when Thanos in the Infinity War had the Reality Stone, he just like did some stupid like sleight of hand trick, and he had the Time Stone, and he just, the minute he got the Reality Gem, like stone gem, whatever it was,
yeah,
that's it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
This or the space
but
one.
He did use it all to get all the shit. So
yeah, I guess he
in the
got
long
there,
run.
but like it's just so hard with the implications of what you can do with reality and space and time bending, that like meshing that with a narrative in a movie, in the way that we enjoy movies in our social cultural context. It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, he would have the Reality Stone so he can warp reality, and he has a space stone so he can get where he needs to go, and just, things are all different now.
But if you noticed, when he had the Reality Stone, nothing was permanent. He could warp it while he's here.
Okay.
Right. So the Reality Stone isn't like when he had all the stones and anything he wanted to do, it just existed. So, like, you notice he turned Drax and the bug chick.
Bug chick. I don't know what her name is either.
And they turned him into like little shreddy things and whatever. And as soon as he left, they were fine. So, I mean, the stones individually are limited. So, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but they're more powerful when you have all of them.
Okay, so who would win? Thanos with all the Infinity Stones or One Punch Man?
Thanos would beat One Punch Man even without the Infinity Stones.
Wrong, because One Punch Man always wins.
No.
That's a superpower.
Nope. How do you get to be the One Punch Man? What's your training regimen?
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 10 kilometers a day. Is that right?
Yeah, it works so hard till your hair froze out.
Yeah. But that's not what's important about One Punch Man. The thing that's important is that he always wins.
Yeah, it's a little stupid, but I think
it's a joke. That's the whole point.
I know. I started watching it again. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. But Thanos would still beat him.
I disagree.
Who'd win, Thanos or Superman?
Thanos.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Soldier Supreme, which is Captain America and Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Iron Hammer, which
Love
is
it.
Thor.
Yes.
And Tony Stark, and that's just that same guy again. Weapon Hex.
Okay.
So that's some sort of magic character.
Scarlet
Hex. Witch? Oh yeah, maybe Scarlet Witch and X-23. Wow. Arachne Knight, which is Spider-Man and Moon Knight. Ghost Panther. Which is Ghost Rider and Black Panther.
Oh, man, it's like a fanfic. That's so cool. I love it.
And
Ghost Hammer.
That's the most I can find on the internet. There is a lot more.
Wow.
I wish I can find a better list, but the internet sucks at this.
Yeah, wow. That's... Every time I get an itch to get into comic books, I look at the breadth of it all, and I'm just like, nope.
It's you can do it. You can do it in a contained setting. You don't have to get all of them.
I would probably start with Daredevil. I think Daredevil's my favorite superhero.
What?
Yeah. I just...
Hey, look at my face. Why?
I don't know. I just like him a whole lot.
What? Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil. Blonde guy.
Why?
Has horns. He's cool.
How is he cool?
He
What does he do?
He beats people up.
Sometimes.
I
He's a lawyer.
was introduced to the character in a really formative part of my life with the Ben Affleck movie, which is not good. But the director...
But I tell you what, he was good. Movie wasn't good. He was good, and Michael Clark Duncan was good.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Colin Farrell was...
Awful. I love Bullseye.
Yeah.
Love Bullseye. Although, here's what's cool, though, which it didn't go to a sequel, obviously, because it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But they set him up. So Kingpin threw him out of a window. And by the way, I'm usually pretty against gender or race changing of existing characters. Mm-hmm. Just because we have existing characters. You want to make a new character, just make a new character.
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan fucking nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
He's way better than Vincent
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, full.
I feel like...
fucking Gomer Pyle. He's way better than Gomer Pyle.
I like...
He literally is Gomer Pyle.
I liked the Vincent D'Onofrio.
Egger. It's like he's wearing an Egger suit.
I liked him in the first two seasons, but there was a scene in the third season of Daredevil where it looked like he had just memorized his lines that day.
Yeah, probably did.
Yeah.
But he threw Bullseye out of a window, and he fell and broke his back on a car. In the comics, Bullseye has an adamantium spine.
Interesting.
Yep.
So that was setting up for the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why he has just a spine.
I thought the first two seasons of the Netflix Daredevil were really good, and then the third one was pretty good.
If you were to rank all of the Marvel Netflix TV shows, how would you rank them? Well, and I want you to know, I'm going to rank them much differently.
Okay, I know. You're much more partial to Iron Fist than most people
are. It's really good. It's really good.
I like very close, almost tied for first. Daredevil, then Jessica Jones, and then I like Luke Cage, and then Iron Fist. Oh, Punisher is in there somewhere.
I like
Punisher.
I like Jessica
about
Jones
the same.
season 1 probably the best.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good. Yeah. With David Tennant.
And then Punisher season 1 probably second. And then Iron Fist season 1. And then Daredevil season 2. And then then maybe Iron Fist season 2, then Daredevil 1. No, Luke Cage is higher up there. Sorry, I really like Luke Cage season 1. I like a lot of their season 1s, and a lot of their season 2s kind of fell off.
Yeah. I couldn't.
Jessica Jones season 1, though, was, I think, in my opinion, the best season of all of them.
I really liked it. I think I've seen it once through, but it definitely holds up. I
like the fact
liked-
that they didn't go overly superhero on them. They were more about the characters, and they kept it true to more street level. That's what they call them, street level heroes. Like Jessica Jones, Alias is, if you go to look for her comics, it's under Alias.
Yeah.
And I don't know really her power set, how it compares to somebody else like Thor or whatever, but like they never do it because she doesn't want to be in there, and it's pretty cool.
I liked season 2 of Jessica Jones. It took me a long time, or it had a slow start, but once once everything came together, it really snapped in an instant, and everything made sense. It all came together. You just had to stick to it, which I usually don't like, but it was worth it. I didn't see Luke Cage season 2. I might watch it. I might not. Not Luke Cage. Iron Fist. I did see it. Yeah.
It was really good.
It was. Okay.
Yeah. I liked them all. I liked them all. There isn't a season of the Marvel TV show that I didn't like.
I'm so sad that they canceled all of them.
I think Punisher hasn't been canceled yet.
No,
but they're pretty
it was,
good.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
It's the numbers are up. Everyone wants it. I have no idea.
Unless, Marvel headquarters wants movies out of them. I don't know. Oh, Defenders was awesome too.
I liked it. Yeah.
Like, so when they first came out with Daredevil, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they came out with the next one, Jessica Jones. I was like, oh, I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
and then
Isn't Doctor Strange in the Defenders?
And there's been a lot of Defenders.
Yeah.
And Luke Cage shows up in Alias season 1, and then Iron Fist is like, yep, they're doing the Defenders. Nice. There's been a lot of Defenders. Wolverine's been a Defender. Captain America's been a Defender. There's been a lot of But I mean, the one that was specifically in Hell's Kitchen, New York, street level.
Yeah.
They weren't the originals. They're not the current ones, but I don't know. That's always been like a thing to me. I like Luke Cage.
Yeah, I like Luke Cage. Iron Fist is. I didn't think it was bad. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so bad," and I was like, "It's not my favorite."
How is it bad?
I really don't know. I didn't look too much into it.
When the first episode came out, there was like, "Oh, the opening fight scene is so shit." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Did you watch it?" Well, he didn't he didn't ninja flip.
Right.
He took 5 security guards and didn't really hurt them.
Right.
That's exactly what he would do.
Yeah, it was true to his character. That's interesting.
Yeah, he kind of tossed him around a little bit. He pushed him and then got through to the elevator. What'd you want him to do? Iron Fist him right off the bat?
Right.
These are just guys. These are just people.
Right. They probably didn't deserve it. They're just doing their jobs. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he just kind of did some Tai Chi on him and pushed him. He pushed him around a little bit.
That's a good take. Cause I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. I would be. If I get the itch to watch season 2, I might do some background research to get some more insight into the character. Did you like the Blade movies?
I liked Blade 1 a lot. I think that is maybe the best vampire movie I've ever seen when it pertains to not just the movie but the culture behind it, the vampire culture. Because I'm a White Wolf guy, and Blade definitely had those White Wolf elements to it. You had definitely had the different clans. His main dude, his buddy was Stephen Dwarf was definitely a Brewer. his buddy guy was definitely Malkavian. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. And then the second one, I did like as well. I like how they ramped it up. They're like, all right, what? Okay, we'll put Ron Perlman in there. Dope, like it.
Yeah.
But then we're like, oh, we accidentally created a fucking super leech.
I'm so scared for the new Hellboy.
He looks good though, doesn't he?
I'm worried. I absolutely love the first two.
I like the first one. And you know what's weird is we were on the last episode of rebranding, we were looking up sequels that are better than the original, and that Hellboy 2 showed up on a lot of lists. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think they're about equally good. I would say the first one's a little bit better.
I enjoyed the first one better.
Yeah.
The second one was prettier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I love John Hurt. I was sad that he died in the first one, and I was really sad when he died in real life. We watched. I hadn't seen Alien before last year, and
Resurrection?
no, Alien.
The original.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hadn't seen it, so I didn't know he was in it, and then I heard his voice. I'm like, yep, that's him. He's got that voice, very distinctive.
I think the new guy looks really good. I think Ron Perlman was great. Really enjoyed him.
I don't know how the new guy will act. I don't know how
He's a good actor.
The narrative will go, but Ron Perlman as Hellboy. I was bummed that he didn't get Cable. There were a lot of people wanted him to be Cable.
He was just too old.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like he lumbers around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although I think Josh Brolin was a very big mistake. I haven't seen the
agree,
movie. I only think it's a mistake because he's already Thanos.
Yeah.
I wanted
It was
the
a
dude.
good year for him. He did Infinity War and Deadpool 2 and some other country. No, like some not country, like a Border Patrol movie or something.
Yeah.
So he probably made a good.
I wanted the dude from what's the fucking aliens that hair fuck?
You're gonna have to be
Avatar.
a little more specific.
Avatar. I wanted the Avatar, the badass white haired dude from Avatar. He also was the blind dude in that like, kids don't rob my house because I'm blind and I'll kill you, Marine guy. No,
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I think he would have been a really good Cable.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
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 But the guy who's playing Hellboy now, he's a good actor. I like him. I think he'll do well, and I think he looks good. As long as the movie's good,
Wow,
he'll be fine.
he's very built.
Thick?
Yeah.
Thick
with
dude?
2 C's, yeah.
Yeah. Thick with 2 C's. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sure he'll do a great job. I'm just the narrative. I don't know. We'll see. I'm optimistic. I really like the Hellboy films. So.
Do you read any of the comics?
No.
You ever want to? You should start. Do you like reading trade paperbacks?
I don't like reading.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I like audiobooks. I like
I do like audiobooks.
I'm a big fan of learning. I mean, I'm great at school. Like, get good grades and things, but I'm not a hobbyist reader, and I don't think that really detracts from my ability to write. If it made me a better writer, I would read more. But
what if you read a book about how to write better? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
Some Joseph Campbell stuff or something.
Blammo.
Yeah, I did read a few writing books when I was in high school and college. So I don't know. I have a particular style and everything. So it's. But I mean, just in composition.
I have a style too. It's called bad.
just in composition and grammar and spelling. So many people are so inept, and it's really sad. Does this show just like end when it ends, or how?
Yeah. You wanna wrap it up?
Oh.
Are we getting a little buzzy?
I mean, I'm a little lightheaded, but more than anything, the bathroom calls me.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
This has been Cracking a Beer with Gray. What? Let's go over your plugs again. Where can we find your stuff? What are you doing? Not just the podcast. Everything.
All right, I'll give you a quick.
Everything.
I'll give you a quick one. Okay. Easiest for anyone to find would be my podcast, Bad Movies, Worst Musicals. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, our website, bmwm.blog. No, wait, bmwmpodcast.blog. I'm also doing sound for a pirate metal musical here in Portland.
When's that running?
That's running from March 10th through the next weekend, I think. Might be 3 weekends. Check that out. Torch Song Theater Company, Torch Song Entertainment. And then I wrote recently a Jack the Ripper type of script. It's based off of a collection of poems that I narrated a couple of years ago. And so it's kind of like a macabre goth, modern gothic thing. It's super interesting. It's also through Torch Song, and that's going to be out this summer. I'm not sure about the dates, but if you're in Portland, just come check us out. And that's about it. I don't know. I sing karaoke sometimes.
All right. That sounds fun. Check them out there. And let's go pee.
All right. Thanks, David.